Twitch, YouTube. There we go. Welcome to Gaming with Magus. I am Magus. And we're back to put the beat down on the punk that is Silex. Let's freaking go. I mean, how much of a bad mamma jamma is he? You're about to walk through and send your whole team home and done all this hard work, and that punk shows up and is like, I feel emotionally damaged because how you show up and be awesome. I want to hate you forever and just do everything in my power to basically show you up how crappy you are. I mean, seriously, how messed up is this character? Like, I don't even respect him, honestly, for this. I mean, I respect that he has these powers, but honestly, I I, I don't like him at all. Like, it's like, oh, I did something bad to them, or oh, maybe, it's not fair. But it's like, no, it's just like, oh, there was a war and I don't like you because you came in and were awesome. I mean, what's up with that nonsense? Unless there's more behind it, which they're not telling us in cutscenes, which is possible because I didn't play 3D Hunters where he was introduced. I don't like this character. I much prefer Mother Brain. I much prefer Ridley. I much prefer even the Metroid Prime that shows up in the Prime series, which, by the way, is nowhere to be found in this. In fact, the whole Metroid thing kind of went away a bit, which I think is kind of like, did they forget the title of the game? I don't know. All I know is we're at the end and we got to put a beat down on this guy. That's what we're going to do. A little bit more well rested. I am further into the actual boss battle, so I can really hone in on my skills on him. And I think I might have a strategy, but we'll wait and see how that pays off. Maybe it's just me being rested that's going to help. Because, when you get to the end of the stream, if you got a really intense thing, it can make things hard. So, on that note, welcome back, Fluffy Cat. Appreciate it. I understand, sometimes life happens and trust me, I totally get that. Welcome back. As far as the channel, how are we doing? Well, we got 60 followers on Kick, which is great. I haven't seen Lucy's play in a while, so I don't know what's going with that. I do want to say thanks for the follow. Why is this live for the other stream the other night? And of course, on Rumble, hey, we got an extra follower on Rumble. Let's freaking go! About time. I hashtag Rumble Gaming. I do want to say that you guys have been watching my videos on Rumble, and I do recognize that because when I'm dropping videos, a lot of people are watching them, so that's great. Over on Twitch, we're seeing 108 followers because we can't maintain any type of followers on Twitch. I don't know what that's at. I don't know if it's bot accounts or what. But if you want to follow me there, that'd be great. I will point out that if you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch, you can gift a sub to your favorite creator once a month for free. Costs you nothing, but helps us out. And of course, all you have to do is hit sub, and then there's a toggle button for the 1 month, and it makes it free, which is great. Over on YouTube, how are we doing on YouTube? Well, I think we're doing okay when it comes to subscribers. We're 435 subscribers. I want to get up to 440. First big goal is 500, and of course our ultimate goal of 1,000. I will point out, you guys just aren't watching my video on YouTube's. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have playlists over there, so if you're enjoying it, please if you could share it around, repost it, or maybe share over there and or watch my content. I got a lot to watch that would be interesting and a lot of funny stuff too. Especially some of my earlier was it Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stuff. We got a little bit different vibe with those. We have little snippets peppered in. They're funny. And of course, um, we got was it Final Fantasy 16, the 16 DLC. We got Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, Cyberpunk, Starfield, Clair Obscura, um, Expedition 33, Stellar Blade, which is a lot of fun. I got Overwatch videos over the years, and of course, I have let's see, Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, Super Mario RPG. Dead Island 2. Like, I literally have a lot of different games that if you see something you like, great. If you don't, you know what you should be doing? You should be following my social media and maybe messaging me on those on games you would like to see me play in the future, or maybe comment down below in chat or on the video. On that note, enough chit chat. It's time for us to get back into this because I've been itching to beat this guy. And I don't know if you guys realize how frustrating it is to not beat something. And normally, when you're playing a game on your own, you're not streaming, no problem. Go do something else, relax, whatever, pick it up a little bit later. I have to discipline myself as I can't do that because I need to stream it. So you guys get to see all the fun and hijinks. But also, I have other games I got to play and I have other things going on. So I can't just do this. So it's very daunting when you're really like, I want to beat this guy, but you can't. You got to wait. So we'll go ahead. We'll get into this. I will point out Corsair headphones. I have had to replace the actual cord. Let's see here. Let me do this right here. Yeah, there we go. I've had to replace the cord for these headphones as one of the actual jacks became busted in some manner. Luckily, it was an $8 part on Amazon Prime, but other than that, no big deal. And these fit tighter, so that's great. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into the console. Let's see here. What in the world is going on with the console? Hold on. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. That's jacked up. What in the... I am on the right profile, right? Talking. Console. Yeah, somehow my console got messed up. All right, give me a second. It'll only take a moment for me to fix it. There we go. It's fixed. Yay. And let's see, audio-wise. Game capture audio is muted for some reason. Let's see. I'm not hearing anything, though. Why am I not hearing anything? Okay, there we go. Okay, just making sure, because before I get into this, A, I need to make sure the game audio is playing. B, I need to make sure I'm not muted. C, I need to make sure you can actually see the game. Yes, it's a problem. Because I can't always count on people let me know. Though, thank you for doing so when you have. All right. If you haven't known, I'm playing it with mouse controls. Let's get that set back up. Yes, I hate this stupid cord thing. I'm half tempted to cut it off, but at this point, it doesn't matter. No. Get comfortable here. Just start the software. Quit asking about updates. Just quit asking about updates. All right. Is the game audio up? All right. That's there. There's that punk. It's like Doctor Who. Why does he seem to be easier to hit? go. It's Dr. Samus. Let's go. This punk.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay, gotta keep it down, 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 keep it down. Come on, punk! Oh, in the face! Aha! Boost ball for the win. Oh, seriously. I don't like that move. He's a punk. Cheap. He's a cheap punk. I did better that time, though. I think I have sound strategy that just it always gets me at the last minute with that stupid boost ball. Like, if I could just avoid his dash in that mode, he'd be done by now. Alright, it should have more health. Well, I can't tell. I was too focused on him.
Just you and me, Samus. Come on! Let's get this over with.
Ah! Alright, where's he at? Where's he at? Yep, chest! Wow. Ah! No, no, no! No! Punk! Ah! Aha! Oh! Oh! I'll get you, punk. Come for you. Let's go! Such cheap shots. Alright. We're gonna skip because I don't want to go through this again. Ah. Ah! Keep it low, keep it low. Down! Ah, in the arm, that'll... Come on. Get your boom, get your boom, get your boom! His chest! Oh! Yeah! You like that? Ah! Oh, of course you would. Oh. Ah. Yes, punk! Suck on that, Silex! Woo! Yeah! Wow. This could be the shortest stream I've ever done.
Tell me how and I'm there.
Alert! Spatial anomaly detected.
Great. What now?
Oh, don't tell me. There's more?
Here we go. Be ready for anything.
Samus! I knew you'd come back.
The hugs!
Never doubted you for a second, boss.
She's a
Glad to
hugger.
have you with us.
Samus,
Yeah.
does that mean Silex is
Eh.
good?
Ready to go home?
We'll be right behind.
Definitely let's go. It's about time to go. Let's get off this death trap.
Maybe if I,
Poke it. Just poke it.
Oh, your crystal powers the teleporter. It only responds to you. Wait, is that Veros? Then that must be Tanamar. Home sweet home.
Wow.
And you are sure? Well, we're gonna find out.
You did it.
We're really going home.
Uh-oh. No! Not again!
Psylocke! But...
Oh god, not again.
Samus! No!
Protect the teleporter!
Samus, are you all right?
Yeah, bro! Call of Duty!
I got you.
Punch his butt.
Providing cover.
Nice.
Teleporter's not gonna last long. You gotta make the jump while you still can. I'll do my best to stabilize the power.
What is he doing?
Restart the sequence. We'll buy you time while it charges.
Wow, it's sped up frames per second. What happened there? I'm not touching anything.
Samus, go.
Really?
No!
Enough.
Wow.
Samus! Go!
Wow. Really? We're gonna leave them there.
Samus!
Solan be with you.
Well then. Now what? That's it? Aw, man. There's nothing else? Well, maybe there is. Are there Marvel credits? Mm-hmm. Can I speed anything up? No. Do I hit the button? Doesn't do anything. You can't do anything. You have to sit and enjoy. Well, that was anticlimactic. But you know what? This is what always happens with me. I'm struggling, and then I come back after a good real wet rest, and you know my because I'll be honest, it puts a strain on your hands the way you got to do things with this thing. And I got them like, what was it, third try? Yeah, third try. And I probably would have got him sooner if it wasn't for those cheap morph ball tricks. Though, I will say, when he goes to do the lightning thing, the advice was go into morph ball and then do a boost away. And yeah, he didn't even attempt. He's like, what am I doing with that, right? And that took a lot of your health. The only thing was the morph ball thing in hitting you. It takes a lot of health out by avoiding some damage. And I just was like, you know what? I got health. Power through this. Let's get this done. Because if he doesn't attack and like does a cheap shot, I don't want to take the chance. Because those lightning strikes aren't very strong. I mean, they're strong, but they're not that strong compared with the other ones. So this is like, he's almost dead. Let's do it. But also Thundershot. Thundershot for the win. Especially Thundershot while he's in Morph Ball. Like when you're sitting there waiting and he's like this. Also, Morph Bombs. They help a little bit. I wouldn't go crazy on it, though. Well, dang it. Now what I'm going to play? Well, does anyone have any suggestions of a non-mature title for me to play? So far, it's been recommended Luigi Mansion 2. Someone said Pikmin 4. Because I like to keep at least one general audience game going on. Of course, someone did recommend a Pokemon, but if I'm going to do Pokemon, I would think I would do, was it Sword and Shield? Because the latest game seems lame, where it's just a one city and that's it. And the graphics are kind of like, eh. The one before that, Arceus, that was more open world, but not much. So it's like, I don't know if it's worth all that. So I don't know. I got a ways to go on my other games like Black Myth. Maybe GTA 5 at a certain point, but I think I'm further along on that game than I think I am Black Myth, but not too far. Devoted Studios. Who are these other people and what are they doing? Roommate Studios. It seems like there was multiple teams that worked on this, not just Rare. It's kind of weird. Next Day Dreams. Mock Science, Cup of Tea. What the heck, Cup of Tea? Formosa Interactive. What's up with all these different companies? Like, they're not. It'd be nice to know what they did. Like, I'm grateful that they do this, but or did they literally split up the work amongst a bunch of different teams? Foley. House of Moves? Mocap? Okay, at least that makes sense. House of Moves is a mocap thing, at least. Some interesting names in there. You're telling me, man. They got some definitely interesting names.
Nintendo.
Okay. Mario Club for quality assurance. Localization. Nintendo of Europe. Okay. I'm guessing for the other languages is what I'm guessing. Nintendo of Korea / Taiwan? Really? Okay. Shintaro Furukawa. Shinya Takahashi. Okay. Are there Marvel after credits? Yeah, I didn't scan things. Whatever. Hard mode unlocked. That's it? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you notice your things are not purple. They're like kind of yellowish. No, okay. The crystal was purple. Dude, what? Okay. What's that? I don't understand. Okay. Let it grow? The Lorax? What? Ah, the first Christmas tree. Unless that's setting up something, I'm not sure what the significance of that is. Choose and save now. We'll finish the game. Metroid Prime. Do you want it? Yeah. Saving progress. Okay, we saved successfully. Okay, cool. That's it? Wow. And on that bombshell, we end the stream tonight. No, seriously, like, whoops. Oh. So I was not expecting that. I think that's the fastest stream. Oh, okay. So, thoughts on the game. So, I'm going to compare it to a couple things. One, I'm going to compare it to Metroid Prime in sort of 2 and 3. I liked Metroid Prime, I think, better because it was all connected, just like the other Metroids were, right? You fully walked and went to wherever you were going to go. And also, I think to a certain extent, there wasn't a lot of per se wasted space, if you will. Like everything was an intentional design or it was there for a reason or whatever. Um I wasn't a really big fan of the bike section. They could have took that and literally thrown it in the dumpster. I don't think it was necessary, and perfectly honest with you, they could have done without. They could have literally done those gun transports to the various areas, and it would have been sufficient. And you wouldn't have missed anything, to be honest. That's my personal feeling. As far as the levels themselves, I think the levels themselves were very well done, and I like them. Um, I think towards the end of Volta Fortress, I think with the bike was a bit of a eh. Either they could have done something different or better. Like it started out really good, but I think um they kind of leaned on the bike too heavily. I did like the music there, which I liked a lot. Um the other Federation forces. Um I kind of liked it added a little bit more to it than it was just you, but I kind of felt like some of them weren't necessary. Some of them, okay, fine, it was. But most of the Samus's games, typically she fights by herself. She's not working with other people. But okay, we'll do a little bit different. It didn't ruin the game. Um, one thing that I didn't like was the fetch quests where you had to go get the chips, and have to backtrack and whatnot like that. I'm like, really? She integrated the psychic powers perfectly fine, but she couldn't work a chip to get different types of beams. Uh, Especially when she got the power up beams without needing Mackenzie. I kind of felt like that wasn't. It felt erroneous, like it was more than needed to be done. The extra body parts to build up the mech to get through the shield. Again, I don't understand why. What was the Forlorn's plan if she was by herself? She got the keys but couldn't get back into the tower. Like that should have granted Samus access back to the tower somehow. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me from a design standpoint. Um, that didn't make any sense. As far as Psylux himself, he's okay, but the thing I didn't like was this is a Metroid Prime game, meaning the prime thing is the Metroids. I liked how they started where the Metroids infected things with Psylux and whatnot, and then you had to fight the creature and was powered up from it. Um, there was a little bit with these monsters, a little bit, but realistically, you know, I was a little let down that they gave Psylux psychic powers. Like, why would the Forlorn give him psychic powers? I would have totally expected and thought that, okay, he brought the Metroids with him. He would have either used the Metroids to power himself up or done something in that regard that would have something to do with Metroids, but no, they just kind of forgot that that was a part of the actual game, which was kind of frustrating. Um, the ending was fine. I have no problem with that. I think that was kind of cool the way they did it. Um, they did set it up though, of course, that they said 12 other of the Forlorn are out there and about in the galaxy. They went out looking for help. They clearly didn't find Samus, so they're out there. Um, we did what we could to basically plant the knowledge elsewhere, but what's that going to do for them? Like, are they growing organically? Is that going to be a beacon for them to come back? Like, what's the deal, right? I'm not entirely sure what the point or the premise of this was because those other Forlorn wouldn't have lost their knowledge. And I don't quite get it. Now, it could be just to set up, you know, future Prime games. I'm not entirely sure. Um, but it's of interest. So, if you like what you saw, give me a like, follow, subscribe. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not Thursday at twitch.tv/Game with Magus. I also stream on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. And of course, um, I also have social medias, whether Facebook, Instagram, or X. That way you could maybe follow me there, and when the schedule changes, you know what's going on. But also, you can use those platforms to make a suggestion, because I need suggestions on what non-mature title I should be playing on my next stream. You can comment down below, say something in chat. Don't know if I want to end the stream right now. It's so early. I have 2 hours. Hmm. Yeah, there's not much else I can do right at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here because I can't really get into anything else and hear anything on the Legend of Zelda end. You mean the movie? Um, I mean it's full in production. Not yet. Tell you what, you know what? Since you asked, Floppy Cat, let me look real quick. I've seen some things, but I don't know how much of that is just people making up stuff, um, because of the fact that they want clicks. Let's see. Hold on. What we got? Let's see here. Latest thing I have is January 21st. We know who Link is. We know who Zelda is. It looks like Sheik's in it from some of the spy shots that we've seen. Looks like Link is wearing his traditional green tunic, though weirdly enough, Princess Zelda's wearing her outfit from Breath of the Wild, so we're not entirely sure. We were told that the movie looked at inspiration from the recent Legend of Zelda um, game that came out. It was a Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, but I don't know how much to take into that, other than well, maybe Zelda fights and does things. Um, the movie's set to come out May 7th to 2027. Um, so we still have like a year and a month or so before it comes out, which is not too surprising. They just started shooting. What was it, back in January? Uh, Shigeru Miyamoto says they're going to make a film as good as it can be, meaning they're going to put a lot of effort into this movie. It's not going to be cheaply done, or they're going to make sure it's done right. Um, Camera started back in November when they filming. Uh, Everything's on deal. It sounds like they have a deal between Sony and Netflix to make sure it's on streaming platforms in early 2029. So that should give you a heads up of, okay, it's not coming to stream until like 2 years after the movie's in theaters. They're not going to have it on streaming right away. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo did something where it had it in their stuff somehow. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I'm not really. I don't think there's any other information at the moment that I've heard other than that. Beyond that, there hasn't been a lot. But then again, it's very, very early in the production. I mean, if they just started shooting was in November, we saw a couple of shots and that's it. I don't know if Nintendo saw those shots and either A, they allowed them to get out there, or B, they then locked it down, because I haven't seen anything since. Which is fine. Um, I would expect probably at the Game Awards next year, in December, I totally expect you'll probably see a trailer for the movie, maybe, is my guess. Um, Whether they have a Zelda game anywhere near when this movie releases, I'm not entirely sure. If you think about it, they did Tears of the Kingdom. Let's see, this coming May it'll be 3 years since Tears of the Kingdom came out, and that game was wrapped up, let's say half a year before that. So you're talking 3.5 years ago, they were done making the game. So they should be well into production with the new game. Plus, you have new hardware. So if you add, let's see, this is now 2026, 2027. That's an extra year. Depends on how long they're going to take to make the game. There could be a new game coming out around about the same time or sometime after the movie, to be honest with you. Because let's say a 5-year developmental cycle at most, right? Because one, they're going to have to make a new engine. What are they going to do? And that takes longer. It just straight up does. I doubt they'll use the same engine they used before because they can do so much more. And plus, what do they want to do? We're not entirely sure. I do know this much. I'm sure they've learned a lot from the way the Age of Calamity and the imprisoning war, how those went about and how Koei Tecmo did those. I also don't know if they're going to try to do a partnership like that again, where they do more of the adventure open world stuff with the regular game, and then maybe they do story and or large battles with Koei Tecmo. I could totally see them doing that again, but I'm not entirely sure because it's a good combo and it's a good way to maximize the franchise and keep it fresh without doing the same thing. Um, Other than that, um, we also haven't heard about a new Mario game. It's been due. There hasn't been a Mario game since shortly after the Switch was released in 2020. Was it 2017? So 2018 ish, I think. But realistically, I want you to take into consideration the people that made Mario Odyssey also made Donkey Kong, and that was recently. So there's a highly likelihood we won't get an actual proper Mario game for a while, is my thought. Simply because that was kind of their A team, and realistically, they were probably making a Mario game, but then made a pivot and made a decision that it made more sense for Donkey Kong than Mario. That's what I'm kind of hearing. So I don't know when we're going to get various games. What I will tell you is the developmental kits in general for the Switch 2 hadn't really come out until recent, and that's why you're starting to see things like Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy, if you didn't know, they just released remake on the Switch. Unfortunately, it's a GameCube card. Don't like that. Supposedly, and that's probably just so they could just port it over. One of the things from working on the game that I'm overhearing is they might be able to shrink the size of the game from 100 gigs down to fit onto a cartridge for Rebirth, which would be very interesting because I think it's like 100 and some odd gigs. And they're going to release the third Final Fantasy on the Switch as well. So who knows? That'll be very interesting because a lot of people they haven't fully tapped to the potential of what this system can do. Most games that are out now are more than likely they originally made for the Switch. They poured them over, maybe quickly took advantage of a couple of things, maybe high resolution texture, things like that, but they haven't really developed for the system. I mean, this game, Metroid Prime, was not made for the system, and it shows. You can see with some of the textures on certain things when you get close, it's not that great. I've seen better textures on GTA 5. Now, here's the thing. Could they have done better? Sure. Did they have time? No. I'm sure it was a time crunch thing because if you don't know, they made this game and it was um, made by a different team. Nintendo saw it and said, "This is utter junk." Canceled them, told them you're fired, and then asked Retro to come back. I think Retro was working on the remake of Metroid Prime since they had the assets and could do it, or maybe they used it as a test case for Prime 4. Um, but I think it was a case of they wanted to get this game out. They didn't have the time or the rigor to put on this because this was so delayed to begin with. Because if you remember, they announced this game when the Switch launched and it just came out. So yeah, so there's that. And then the other thing is um, they had to make a game that worked on the Switch and the Switch 2. So they couldn't optimize it that heavily for the Switch 2. Will we see that continue down the line? I don't know. With an install base of nearly 150 million Switches, I don't know when Nintendo pressures on some of these developers, or even internal pressures on the developers to make something that sort of works on the Switch 2, on the original Switch as well, simply because the install base is so high, they could sell so many games. I just don't know. If they can, I think people will. I also think that GTA 6 being delayed is because they're making a Switch 2 port and they're going to release it at the same time for everyone. I do believe that 100%, because if you release it on Xbox, okay, you're going to get 15 to 20 user installs. If you release it on PlayStation, which they will, you're going to get 60 million. You release it on PC, okay, you're going to get a few more there. If you release it on Switch 2, they have 15 million users right now. They're going to have more by the end of the year. And that's another Xbox. That's like a whole other amount of set of software you could sell. Heck yeah, they're going to do that. So I could totally see why they would want to do that. Beyond that, who knows? They might sell some more because of the Steam box as well. Maybe they're hoping the Steam box would be out by then. That's another reason why they might have delayed it. We'll see. But beyond that, that's all I got for now. It looks like I lost most of my viewers over on YouTube, unfortunately, because, well, we're just doing chat and there's no real game going on. And I do apologize on that. I do see you guys over on Twitch, and I do see you guys over on Rumble, and I appreciate you guys watching that. Let's see. Oh, another update. If you haven't been paying attention, storage. Memory's gone up in price. Guess what else? NVMe's gone up in price. If you've noticed, I think what used to cost $200 is now $300. It's not as drastic as the RAM, but it did creep up a little bit. I think it'll come back down. Give it some time. My personal thought process is, if you don't have to, you shouldn't be building a PC right now anyway. I'd be waiting. There's some pretty awesome stuff coming down the line, processors and whatnot wise, and that I just couldn't justify spending the extra money for it right now. If there's a pre-built you can get for a good price, okay, fine, but there's no point. Plus, you're gonna have new graphics cards coming out, supposedly, though I have heard rumors they might get delayed to a certain extent. And I know the new VR headset and the Steam console is going to be delayed because of things. And I think that's just simply Valve's of the mindset, I don't want to cut into my margins, and I don't want to set too high of a price point. They're making mad money right now. They don't have to release anything. Valve could just say, you know what? We're not doing anything. And then literally let it sit with what they have and just make mad money off of Steam. They're in a position where they don't have to release something. It's not like some of these other individuals. And in fact, to be honest with you, I don't think Sony needs to release the PlayStation 6. They haven't fully tapped the PlayStation 5 or the Series X. And hilariously enough, I think the Switch 2 is forcing some developers to try to optimize things because of the cartridge size, which I think a lot of game developers have not had to do up until recently. And given the delays, that might force them of, okay, what do we do now? And it's like, well, we could make it smaller, or we could do this much more with what we have, because now they have the time and they're familiar with the engines. They can do more. But we'll see. Beyond that, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot going on in the gaming PC realm other than maybe some games for next year. There's a few that are interesting, but then again, you know, I really think the games that are going to look interesting are, except for a few, it's probably not going to come out until next year that we don't know about yet. And the reason why I say that is there might be some games, let's say they're 5-year development, that they've been in development for at least 2 years at this point, maybe 3. So you won't see anything at least for another year. So we'll see how that goes. But on that note, if we have nothing else, you got anything else there, Floppy? I know you've been busy. What kind of game would you be interested in seeing me play? I know there's a bit of a delay. Anyone over on Twitch? What about Rumble? No? It's all right. It's okay. You don't have to come out if you don't. There's a Zelda like. There's a Zelda like out there. Tunic. I think I've heard of that one. Hold on. Oh yeah. It came out 2022. It's on all the different things. Huh. Alrighty. I played through most of the beginning. Haven't had time for the rest. Well, would you want me to play that before you've had a chance to play it? Because I wouldn't want to spoil anything for you. No, it's not mature per se. Some scary parts, well, let's be honest, there's scary parts in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You got a mummy guy coming back from the dead trying to suck your soul. I mean, yeah, you know. um wonder what's it rated? Does it say? It's got a pretty high rating. It's won a few awards. No, not that kind. Yeah, ESRB rating. 10 plus. E for everyone. Okay. Really? They're saying it's 10 plus because of turrets and shooting lasers? That's kind of crazy. Haha, true, but yeah, I don't mind. Okay. I will take that into consideration. Um uh because I'm not entirely sure. Because it's one of those things. I don't think. See, that's the other thing is there was another Zelda game that came out. What was it? Echoes of Wisdom, but you play as Zelda. It's kind of an isometric game, sort of similar to Tunic, but that's more of a so much a hack and slash and shoot game. It's more of a puzzleist type game, so it's a little bit different. But I don't think I've purchased that one yet, so I don't have that. So it's even or at that point. But you don't mind. Well, sounds good. I don't know. Can you physically buy Tunic? Let me see here. I have a feeling you probably can't. Bet you it's digital only. I like to own games. Haha, no. They do have it physically on Switch. Because my other reasoning is that might be a game that my youngest would get into and would potentially like. Okay. Let's see here. What? That's hilarious. It doesn't even find it on Amazon. Tunic. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It doesn't even find it. Really? GameStop does? Oh, it wants to verify I'm a human. Hmm. Is that something I can get in time? Let's take a look. Hmm. See if a store has it. Of course not. Hmm. Well, I have until Thursday. Oh, it's pre-owned? Oh no, we're not doing that. Can we get new? Aha. Best Buy for the win. I can at least get it shipped by and have it by Monday. Oh, it's sold as a third party thing. Still, that's not too bad. Huh. All right, you might have won me over on that. Let me take a look at that and we'll go from there. But yeah. Well, listen, I tried to pick up things. Dead Island 2 was a suggestion from a fan. Grand Theft Auto 5 was a suggestion from a fan. I have a few others, which is are we there yet? Um, Bolt bot screwy viruses was a recommendation. I haven't picked that up yet. Uh, let's see. Pokemon was a suggestion, but I already kind of knew about Pokemon, but I held off a little bit on that because I was afraid it would take too long. There was a lot of games I wanted to churn through. And yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. So thank you for joining me and stay adventurous.